Alright, so this is LOX. You've just bought your LOX box. It's got everything on it that you need to know. Inside you've got a 3-step process. The first lift, the second lift and the toner. We mix each of these steps together and follow the instructions and it'll give you perfect blonde hair. So I've taken the 2 bottles from step 1 and I'm going to pour all of the ingredients into my mixing bowl. LOX is designed to have everything you need perfectly measured out, so there's no guesswork, just empty the whole contents into the bowl. I'll whisk it around to give it a nice smooth texture. This should only take a couple of seconds, just like that. It's perfect. Now it's ready to go on my head. So once you've mixed everything together in a nice smooth paste, we apply this liberally to our hair. There's the perfect amount in there for up to 5 centimeters of hair, so don't be shy with this stuff. LOX is developed with a cream-based formula, which means it's safe to go directly onto the scalp. So I'm going to apply this all over my head as liberally as possible. So I've used all the contents of step 1. I've applied everything to my hair, as you can see, all the way over. Now I've got to wait 25 minutes, get my phone out, let's go. So LOX has got a few USPs which sets it aside from the others. I mentioned earlier about the cream-based formula. So as it sits on your head for at least the first lift, you'll start to feel a tingling sensation. This is a lot lighter with the cream as opposed to a powder. And the next thing was simplifying the process of lightening your hair. There's so many different tutorials and ways to do things on the internet. With the LOX method, it's a simple 3-step solution which starts with a lightener. You then put a second lightener on and then you give it a toner, and that gives you the perfect result every time, no matter your hair type. And the last thing we've done with LOX is made the perfect formula. So you've got the perfect amount in each of those bottles to give you the perfect lift. If you're a man with up to 5 centimeters of hair, this is the only kit you need to go that perfect blonde. Step 1's been on my hair for 25 minutes. It's time to wash it off. Alright, so I've washed it all off my hair and now I'm towel drying it. It doesn't need to be perfectly dry, but this is just to get it ready for step 2. So now my hair is nice and towel dry. We're going to move on to step 2 and I'm going to empty all of these back into my bowl. Alright, so step 2 is exactly the same as step 1. The reason we do 2 lifts is because, as you can see, my hair is quite coppery. This is just going to make the second lift a lot more lighter and more of that blonde colour that we want. So the same as step 1, mix the entire contents of bottles together so you've got a nice smooth paste, and then we're going to apply it liberally to my hair. So just like step 1, we're applying the entire contents of the bottle all over the head. Nice and liberal, don't ever worry about putting too much on. The reason we do 2 lifts is to, number 1, give the hair a bit of a rest from the chemical process, and number 2, because the developer and lightener stop working together after a certain amount of time, so it just ensures we get the best possible lift. So I've applied all of the contents of step 2 to my hair. Now start my stopwatch and wait for 25 minutes. So now I've washed off step 2. As you can see, my hair's still a little bit coppery. This is where the magic happens with step 3. So I'm going to take my last 2 bottles. I'm going to empty the entire contents into my bowl and whisk them together just like steps 1 and 2. So I'm emptying the contents of bottle 1 and 2. It'll be a slightly different mixture than what you're used to in the first couple of steps. This is because this is toner and not lightener. Some people's hair might already be blonde enough. This is just to get those extra coppery warm tones out if your hair hasn't lifted as much as you want just yet. So this is the last application, exactly the same thing. This goes off slightly quicker than the lightener, so get this on nice and quick. And after this, all of those warms, coppery, unwanted tones will be gone from your hair. and you'll have that perfect champagne blonde that you expect from LOX. Make sure to get this right down to the roots, so apply it thick, but then also brush back and forth to make sure it's not just covering the top of your hair. So now I've got the toner all over my hair. This stays on for 10 minutes or until all those coppery tones have gone. And that's it. 3 simple steps, perfect blonde LOX.